even if one's body is rotting. The salmon are going upstream, too, returning to his original birthplace, because the only way to get back home. They're the only ones who can ensure the continuation of their race. September of each year, it's salmon season. There are over 500 million salmon at this time. It's starting to gather in the ocean. They have to travel thousands of kilometers, returning to the river to spawn. Being a wanderer in the ocean, salmon have one of the most amazing navigational abilities in nature. They do not require any instrumental assistance. In 180 million square kilometers of ocean, find your way home exactly. When entering the river, the salmon stopped eating. At this time, they also have their first challenge on the way home. Fierce rapids, with a brown bear that's been starving for a year. As a result of the long trek, some of the salmon have lost their strength. Even if they do everything they can, will also be eliminated here. The rest of the salmon will continue to swim against the current. But the challenge of meeting them, it's much more than that. Since most of the time, they all live in the sea. Osmotic pressure in salmonid epidermal cells, no longer adapted to fresh water. Quickly, their skin is starting to peel off. Freshwater parasites also begin to parasitize at this time of year. And this time, 90% of the salmon will be eliminated. After a round of winners and losers, there are very few salmon left. In order to be able to rely on what little energy we have left, returned home without incident, the salmon started making a lot of hemoglobin. Make your whole body red, because that's the only way. They're the ones who turn energy into power, toward the ultimate direction of home. After months of long distance travel, the salmon have finally made it to the final spawning grounds. But at the mouth of the river, they're being chased by brown bears again. For the brown bears, salmon is the most important food on their way to survival. Without these salmon to stock them with fat, then the bears won't survive the long winter ahead. At mealtime, the bears know what parts of the body are high in fat, so after they catch the salmon, you'll only eat the eggs and the skin of the fish. After escaping the clutches of a brown bear, surplus salmon, we've come to our final destination. This is where they were born. It's also where they end up. Female salmon, start digging holes in the sand with your tail fin, and lay eggs. The males are in charge of fertilizing the eggs, and when that's done, the salmon are using their last ounce of strength, plunge to the bottom of the river, followed by, their bodies begin to disintegrate, turned into nutrients to feed the newborns. 2 to 3 weeks later, these cubs are starting to hatch, whereupon, they'll be in fresh water, survive for a while, and back to the sea, and then at some point in the future, like a parent, retracing this magnificent path of return.